Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have to go to work. And this is the best I can do in the Florida heat.
Dare you go outside like that, you sweaty heifer.
Today we're going to be looking at Princess and the Pauper dolls and how to restore them, how to restore their clothes, and how to do everything and all the above. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video while I'm working, and please like and leave a comment and share, and I'll get back to your comments as soon as I can. I have a lot of exciting videos coming out shortly, so just make sure that you're subscribed and you have the bells notified, because I will have a lot of restorations and a lot of doll reviews coming your way. Thank you all so much for being here, and continue watching. So for my little Barbie restoration bin, I've had these dolls just waiting for me to restore them. I knew I wanted to do a video because they're from Princess and the Pauper, and that is very popular Barbie movie, or dare I say Pauperler. And I remember them brand new in stores. Actually, I have a confession to make. I've never seen Princess and the Pauper.
I don't apologize because I never make, mistakes.
So I've decided that this year is a whole big bunch of firsts for me. So I'm going to restore these dolls, and then I'm going to watch Princess and the Pauper for the first time. I did see like a couple YouTube videos for Princess and the Pauper, so I'm hoping that by the time I get these done that I can have fun and watch the movie. I got these two together. They were like in one Ziploc bag, and she's wearing Erica's dress. And then I went to a flea market and I made a video about it, and I found her and I believe she was like $2. And she was wearing nothing, but I was like, well, I have Erica's dress. And then I was like, well, since I have Erica's dress, I need to have something for Princess Annalise. And then I saw this and I said, oh, it's her dress. And not only that, it's in pretty decent shape. Trying to find these dolls secondhand in good condition is just, basically asking for a miracle. Because anytime that I found them, their dresses are like falling apart. The material just isn't really good for playline. It's better for collector. Now this Erica one, it is seeing a lot of damage, so I'm gonna have to definitely wash it. Now, I don't know this Ken doll's name, and I will see him in the movie, and then I will come to a conclusion of what I think about him. He's like virtually unplayed with. Everything's still sewn in, and I don't think he's ever been out of this costume, but he is dirty. They're all dirty, so this is going to be a fun little video. I'm surrounded by my lovely little animals. That's Miss Goldie. She looks like she stepped on Lisa Frank. And that's Chewy Baka. I like to call him Chewy Pooey. I will go ahead and start getting these restored, and I will actually show you what I do to clean up their costumes. Now with his costume in particular, he does have on pleather boots, so I'm going to clean those separately. I'm not going to put them in my little doll laundry bin because they're just going to flake and peel on everything, but I will show you how I do my doll laundry. First things first though, when we start any restoration with dolls fully clothed, we have to get the clothes off. And there we go, clothes are off. They're gonna be ready to be washed. I'm gonna have to be a little bit more tedious when washing them because they are electronic dolls. He, on the other hand, will be pretty simple to wash, and I could be loosey-goosey and carefree with him. But with these dolls in particular, I'm probably gonna wash them with my finger over the speaker, and I'm gonna be very cautious about doing any work over here because I don't want to ruin anything that's going on in there. However, I will say that usually these talking dolls, like they're built to last, especially these later talking Barbies from the mid-2000s. I really don't think a little water is going to damage them that badly. I just want to make sure that they don't get extra wet down in those areas. When doing these costumes, I did notice like some more damage on Erica's dress. I saw over here that there's a lot of fraying going on right there, which you could stop that by cutting it down and then either taking a lighter and melting the plastic, which is, this fabric is a satin plastic. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use just some fray glue and I'm just gonna use that instead when it's drying. Like right here, I'm gonna use some furry glue to get rid of that. Now they are wearing some shoes actually that are not their original shoes. Something I noticed though, also when looking at this Erica gown, is that this goes all the way down, but this does not. So I'm kind of thinking it's meant to be like this, so that way it can just fold over like so, but it is unfinished on the ends right there, so it must have been folded over at some point, because I just can't really see them, especially at this time when Barbie's quality was pretty good. Can't really see them not taking this panel all the way down if it wasn't meant to be that way. But this gown is in very good shape and I'm very excited for it. I've never had one that's in that good shape before. This costume, I thought this was going to be 2 separate pieces, but it's not at all. I'm going to be honest with you, like, this is pretty cheap. Like, for around the time that he was made, this is like some cheap ass quality. It's good for today's standards. Like, it looks really good. Like, all of this shit would have been printed on for sure if this were done today, but I'm like, come on, Mattel, you could do a little bit better than that. And these are like typical Prince pants. There's really nothing to note there, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my little laundry bucket started, and then I will show you the steps I take to clean my Barbie clothes. So first I start off with my little Tupperware bin, and I'm gonna put a lot of OxyClean in here because these outfits are really dirty. I'm gonna put in a little bit of detergent. So I've got my bin ready and the hot water's in there, and it's all just sitting in there and festering and creating bubbles. If you are trying to wash vintage clothes, do it with cold water. Do not do it with hot water. Cold water will be fine and it will make it less likely for your fabrics to bleed, but they probably still will, so always add a color catcher. I'm gonna add my color catcher. I'm gonna add my Barbie princess gowns. And then I'm also gonna add in Ken. I'm gonna take my spoon, I'm gonna dunk them in this water. And because these are very played with items, I'm going to let them soak actually for probably about 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna come and see their progress and such. But you can see now, look how dirty that water just got just from these costumes. Really makes you wonder, doesn't it? So like I said, in 10 minutes, we're gonna come back and check up on these fashions, and hopefully they are all clean, all sparkly and beautiful and ready to be put on our dolls. I believe that the wash is done. It's been 10 minutes. And as you can see, this whole water has gotten manky. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse them out in the sink. And now I'm just gonna leave them here to dry. They look a lot better, as you can see. They're looking pretty good. There's no stains on them whatsoever. I'm pretty pleased. And the glitter has stayed on all of them, which I was a little bit apprehensive about. So I've still got some stuff to do, still got some work to do as far as like mending and stuff goes. This is the only part that needs to be mended right here. And then a couple spots need to have some Fray Be Gone glue, which I'll show you what brand I use. I don't know really what it's called, but it's like some fray away glue. It's very handy to use, especially on more delicate fabrics. The dolls, on the other hand, are calling my name, so let's get started. So if you're looking just how to wash your doll, I do have some tutorials on my channel in the playlist if you would like to check those out. They are on the Doll Restoration Tutorials playlist. And the playlist was designed to help you pinpoint exact restoration tips and tutorials that you might need for your project. In case you do not feel like going on my playlist and checking those things out, I will tell you that everything that I use is not fancy whatsoever. You will be able to find substitutions and or these items in your house already. You will need a old toothbrush, preferably soft bristle, a little container of baking soda. I like to use dish detergent, but you're more than welcome to use any type of soap of your fancy. A hair conditioner that is good for lathering, and that is it. And all of those combined, I swear, is magic. And if you are looking for any other tips and tricks and tutorials, please do check out my doll restoration tutorial playlist. As I said before, it is really designed to help you all out in your restoration efforts. Don't you love how I said I'm going to be very careful with these dolls, and like I literally could not care less when washing them. Water definitely got in their speakers, but you know what? It's fine. It worked out in the end. They are definitely getting several boil washes because these dolls were like the Princess Diaries realness. I mean, talk about a rat's nest. I have occasionally found these dolls in the wild, and every time I do, their hair is always a tragedy. And it's not like they don't have great quality hair. They do have some really fine saran hair. So it's just strange that every time I do find them, they're always looking pretty ragged. Also, for these dolls to be so expensive on the secondary market, I come across them quite frequently at flea markets. Granted, they're never complete, but still, I see people like paying $25 for a naked one. You know what I mean? These dolls were so mass produced, it's crazy. I mean, you could even find them in drugstores whenever they were new. Let's get to these dolls and their hairstyling. The hairstyling on these dolls were absolutely amazing and very intricate for what they were. Like, I have to remind myself that these are, in fact, Playline Barbies. Unfortunately, I had to do a lot of guessing whenever it came to Princess Annalise's hair. I knew it was kind of intricate in the back, but I couldn't remember exactly how it was done, so I did my best guesstimation. And I wanted to do it just like the factory, but again, I don't really know what I was doing. But whatever I did, it did come out looking pretty nice if I do say so myself. So when curling these dolls, I actually would have used all of my foam rollers, but I have another project that I put on pause because I didn't have everything that I needed at the time, and that doll's head was utilizing most of those hair curlers. So Princess Annalise got a head full of pipe cleaner curlers, which is fine, but it does mean that her curls are going to be a little bit tight like a perm, and I kind of wanted to go for something a little bit more wavy, but that's okay. Over time, these curls will fall and they'll look just right. I'm not really sure where exactly I found those foam curlers to begin with. It was either originally Sally Beauty Supply and or Walmart, both of which no longer sell them. However, I did get lucky and find some more on Amazon, and if I remember, I will put that link down in the description so you can go find them. And there's no affiliate code or anything like that. It's just me trying to help you guys out. Now with both of their hair, because they were very damaged whenever I got them, they both had dead ends like you wouldn't believe. And they were shedding monsters. These dolls shed more hair than I do. So the hair breakage was real, unfortunately. But that's okay, we still made it work. With Erica's hair, I got kind of lucky because the original style, I could still see how it looked. So I was able to perfectly reproduce that. Surprisingly, when I was little, Erica was the doll that I wanted out of the two. I think it had to do with her not being blonde and also the color palette that they chose for her. Something about her really appealed to me, although I wouldn't have been upset if I got either one, but I just never did. Around this time, I was not into the Barbies of my era. I was more into the vintage Barbies. So you could have found me on eBay trying to find good deals on vintage Barbies. And at that time, from my memory, there were none. Unfortunately, due to my stubbornness, I kind of did miss out on this era of Barbie, although I still was very much a child and very much playing with Barbie at this time. Okay, so side adventure, I went to Hobby Lobby and I wanted to get like a non-Disney hat because like all the baseball caps that I like to wear whenever I'm really not feeling it are all Disney.
She's obsessed with it.
And I was like, you know, I do love Disney, but I love Barbie even more. So I was thinking I want a Barbie hat, and then I found a Barbie hat at Target, but it was for kids, and I have an ungodly large head, I think, so was not going to work for me. I went to Hobby Lobby to look for something completely different, like for a craft project, and I couldn't find anything for that, but I did find a hat that would work. I did kind of want it to look distressed and vintage, but they didn't have any in the style that I was looking for. And then I said, okay, well, I've got the pink hat, so I guess I'll go on Amazon to find the patch. And I found the patch actually in the next aisle over. And the reason I'm making a video out of this, and Barbie collectors will know, that the 80s Barbies were made in the Philippines and Taiwan. And this is the 80s logo. And then I looked at the back and it said, made in Taiwan. And I said, oh my gosh. And Barbies haven't been made in Taiwan since the mid to late 80s. So, which by the way, if you guys are interested in making one of these too, so for $6, and a little bit of know-how, I'm able to make a Barbie hat. I think that's a pretty good deal. I wasn't sure how to iron this on, but I actually figured out a way just by pushing a big sock under there. It kind of creates like an extension, so that way you don't have to contort anything. So yeah, let's get this hat done and then we can continue working on the Barbies. So it was at this time that I started doing my little trimming and mending and all that sort of stuff, so that way I could get started on ironing the outfits. You don't have to iron the outfits by any means, but I do think it makes them look a little bit more polished whenever you put them on your dolls. And I definitely am not the best ironer out there. I might be kind of shit, but I try, and that's all that counts. It was also at this time that I put the movie onto my TV. I casted it from YouTube. And I can honestly say, I don't know why I didn't even see the movie when I was a kid, because the Barbie movies would come on Nickelodeon all the time, and for some reason, I just never made it a priority to sit down and watch it. And let me tell you, this movie has everything. It has beautiful colors, the animation is not the best, but it does have nice script and a good song. It's really a good story that you can follow along to, and because it has music, it's really a mystery as to why I never even saw it, because had I seen it, it would have been probably my favorite Barbie movie. But still, as of now, my favorite Barbie movie would have to be Barbie as Rapunzel, followed by Barbie and the Nutcracker. That movie was just phenomenal to me whenever I was a child, and I still watch it around Christmas. To stop all the fraying, I did add some fray check. You can find it at Walmart in the sewing department, and it literally is a low paste glue, and that is to stop the fraying onto the doll's outfits, so that way I can start mending them. Here I am making Erica's flower crown. I saw an Erica doll inbox and I counted all of the flowers in her hair, and I believe that there's 8, so I just mismatched some pink and blue flowers one by one and created 8 little flowers on a pink ribbon. I also believe that the ribbon was pink, but it's really hard to tell since I've never had a mint example and I never had them as a child. So again, this restoration is just more of a guesstimation, but I really did try my best to get them looking as original as possible in the end. And I really think I did a good job on the flower crown personally. But back to the costumes. These costumes really weren't in the best of shape, so it was really important to me to actually get them to where they would be decent again, because you don't want your pretty, nice, restored doll in a grungy dress. When it came to putting in the batteries, I really wasn't concerned with Princess Annalise, considering she did work previously, which must be some sort of miracle considering her batteries had already corroded whenever I opened up her back. So the fact that she was still working was actually some sort of miracle. So now we can hear exactly what Princess Annalise has to say.
Just like you, you're just like me, it's something anyone can see. A heart that beats, a voice that speaks the truth. Yes, I am a girl like you.
Again, I wasn't surprised that she worked because she did work before, but Erica, on the other hand, was a different story. She did not work at all whenever I got her. I actually found her outside in a flea market, and it was a very moldy kind of a booth, and she was on top of a bunch of other dolls that were layered in mold. But now she's clean, and we're going to see what she has to say.
I'm just like you, you're just like me. It's something anyone can see. A heart that beats. I love you the way you are. I'm just like you, you're just like me. It's something anyone can see. A heart that beats, a voice that speaks the truth. Yes, I am a girl.
So I cleaned the back of her battery cage with some rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and now she works.
I love you.
And she's a lot louder too.
And that will never change. I'm just like you, you're just like me.
See?
It's something
Perfect. Now that we've got them both working, it's time to do their hair. As I mentioned before, their hair's very damaged and they have a lot of dead ends. Well, I couldn't really do the hairstyle that I was wanting to do with them, so I said to myself, I'm just going to give them big poofy princess hair. because I truly think, what is a Barbie movie without big poofy princess hair? However, in the movie I did notice that Princess Annalise's hair was a lot more curlier than Erica's hair. And in Erica's case, her hair is a little bit more wavy. But in the doll production, it looks like they just really gave them really long hair with some loose curls. And that would have been the original goal of mine. However, their hair, like I said, has a lot of dead ends and some fried off edges. So we just have to do what we have to do with what we have. And after I put on Erica's flower crown, honestly, she just really looked gorgeous. I don't know, I was really happy with her. Princess Annalise's hair was going to be kind of a question because I don't tend to like to use pipe cleaners on dolls with really long hair because it's going to give them quite the perm. But again, I didn't have any rollers to put in her, and I really wanted to get her done along the same time with Erica. But her hair did turn out nice, and I think it does look quite pretty. I wish I would have been able to see exactly how her hair was originally set in the back with all the rubber bands, but I think I did pretty decent. Now it's time to get them in their gowns and show off the dolls. And here the dolls are all done. We have Princess Annalise, Erica the Pauper, and King something.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited that these three have been all done. They have been on my to-do list for a while, so I was happy to be able to oblige. It is serendipitous that I did eventually find this Princess Annalise costume, and then of course I found her crown actually in a bin that I had full of Barbie crowns. So it just all worked out the way it should be. Now, I've noticed with him, these are not his boots. These are actually the Swan Lakes Prince boots, but you know, they kind of work for him. It is what it is. And these two are great. They are fabulous. They are so iconic. Whenever you think of early 2000s Barbie, you think of these two. There's something about these two that were just the peak of Barbie straight to video movie era. When you used to be able to talk about a Barbie movie, you wouldn't think of the Margot Robbie movie, you would think of these Barbie movies. So it is really a treat to be able to restore something that's newer, that also has some meaning to me, because although I didn't see that movie as a kid, I did see the dolls everywhere. I saw the merchandise everywhere. I saw the commercials everywhere. And I even played with a few in their boxes in a Meijer when I was a kid. I'd make them sing together, which they both thankfully work. So let's hear them sing together. So you have to press them both on their backs at the right time. So let's hope I get this right. I'm so excited that they still work. I remember the commercials everywhere promoting that they would sing together, and that was just, you know, mind-boggling, because I don't believe Barbie ever sang before these two dolls came out as far as like actual physical dolls. There was Barbie Sings Record, which is a bop, so if you've never heard of it, go look it up. It's on YouTube. But none of the other Barbies actually sang, at least up until that point. Yeah, they are so wonderful. They're so cute. They're just so iconic. They definitely are my childhood. Although I never had one as a kid, I still kind of pin them with the dolls of my childhood. Get a good look at them. Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. Again, these were very used dolls. They even looked very used, and in my opinion, I think they still kind of look used, but that's okay. It's part of their appeal. If I ever come across some that are like in the box, I might be really tempted to get one, just so that I can have that experience, because although I didn't really ask for them, I'm going to be honest, I kind of really wanted them, especially Erica. I did, however, whenever I was a kid, get a Erica doll, but it was one of the little mini dolls. These really did catch my eye, and it's probably because they reminded me of the Disney musical Princess dolls by Mattel at that time, but this was my Erica doll. It wasn't the big doll like this one. So Yeah, if I ever find them out in the wild, especially Erica, I definitely will buy them right away. I did end up really liking Erica's character in the film. I kind of resonated more with her than with Annalise, which is very surprising because Annalise is like the color scheme that I love. But even whenever I was this age, whenever the dolls originally came out, I was really drawn to Erica. I don't know what it was. I think it was just like the color combination, and I found her just a smidgen more pretty and just a little bit more unique. Now, as far as he goes, he's actually really nice quality. He came out looking brand new because he was the least played with. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come back to check out some more restoration videos. I'll be here for you every single week, giving you some lovely content at my expense. Stay fabulous and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Her first ever movie musical, The Princess and the Pauper, Barbie sings. Annalise sings of hope.
When you live your dream, you'll find destiny.
Erica sings of love.
I love you, darling.
And they really sing a song together.
I'm just like you, you're just like me. Yes, I am a girl like you.
Dolls sing 2 songs each. Dolls and playsets each sold separately.